Yeah. None. 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 Yeah. None.
How y'all doing out there? How y'all doing out there? Hey, Jack, Jack. I knew you was. I knew you would, Jack, Jack. I knew you would. And hello, my bush babies. How are you today? Yeah, we're gonna get straight on into it. We're gonna get straight into it. This is Soular's interview with Nika Knight. I meant to put Nika Knight. I'm gonna put Nika Knight on there. This is from Nika Knight's interview. You don't know her? I'll put it in the either under I put the link in there somewhere, and y'all could go check her out. But he's speaking. This is him, and he's speaking for baby love. And he's speaking for baby love. Let's check this out. Hey, Faith, baby, what's up, boo? Hey, Paula, what's up, baby? Don't forget, y'all hit them likes while y'all in here. Hit them likes. Well, y'all gonna see me anyway, right? Y'all gonna see my girl. Let's go. He done put a little gel in his hair, a little water and grease up in there. Solar amare. Was Nick at night.
Always.
Okay. All right. So introduce yourself for the people. Y'all that are watching, do like Ryan said and run the likes up right now. Share, share,
Yep.
share. If y'all want to know Solar's IG, that is on the screen underneath his name. It's at King Loves Solar right there. And we're gonna get on into it. So we have a lot of questions for Solar, and I know a lot of y'all got a lot of questions too. Somebody said y'all just got the notification, which is great. Okay, and we're gonna get into everything. Y'all have been sending messages to my inbox, like asking this, asking that, and all that. But we're gonna build up to certain things, and we're gonna get into it right after this intro. Hey, what's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. If this is your first time here, over here we are the Night Owls. If you have not hit that subscribe button, I want you to go ahead and do that right now. This is a channel where I talk about celebrity news and gossip and give.
This is my spiritual.
Excuse me.
Family away because they don't understand me. And I feel like they're attacking me spiritually, but they don't know it. And I'm new to this. And I find Eligio Bishop's video, after I was just really tapping into this astrology and tarot cards. And I was learning a lot about it at the time. And it was good for me because what had broke my depression years prior was the discovery of astrology. When I discovered astrology a few years prior, after a big wealthy streak, I I felt very claustrophobic. The money meant nothing to me, and astrology opened my world again.
Mm-hmm.
Years later, I revisit this, and it has become something that has helped me understand myself and life and things like that. So I digress. That was my gateway drug into spirituality, was astrology. Because before that, I was like credit systems, the banks, the fraud, like it's all frauds. Who killed Tupac? I was on like all kind of other stuff, like the pyramids. I resonate with Nikola Tesla, so I was deep on energy, frequency, vibration. I was always keen on physics and understanding of physics. That was always my A+ class. A+ is always in science, biology, you name it. I killed science, and it was natural. I get it to this day to a higher degree. I do astrology because I understand source code 0. 0.1, um, 0 point energy, if you will. It's God's code. It's what source is: astrology, language, systems of all kinds. And my understanding of this so early made me feel very alone and yet again depressed. I'm shunning my family away because they don't understand me. And I feel like they're attacking me spiritually, but they don't know it. And I'm new to this. And I find Eligio Bishop's video, after I'm watching Dr. Sebi already, changing my diet, changing how I'm eating, And he had a video talking how doctors said be selling herbs was wrong. And I'm like, dang, I didn't think of that. That's smart. And then I watched another video where he drops master teacher drops never before heard knowledge. Everybody knows that video. Master teacher drops never before heard knowledge. And I watched that video and I'm like, hold up. So you mean to tell me that there's another way to live? I don't have to be trapped in the States as a slave in a barcode, and I can go and live in the jungle in nature with my shirt off and have service? Hold on, where they do that? He's in Belize, he's in this place, he's in that place. And I'm like, wow, I'm watching through all these videos hours and hours and hours and hours throughout my day. It's like, yo, those are my brothers. Those are my sisters. That's my family. Like, oh my gosh. They play chess. I'm going live to play chess with me and him playing chess live. I'm like, yo, I feel like this is my celebrity. And I'm so happy. I'm at home in my isolated room now. I'm connected online to carbonation deeply. They're my escape. I'm playing video games. I got the video games playing while I always got a carbonation video playing on another screen. So I'm a music producer, engineer. I'm making music, so I got multiple screens. I'll have beats up sometimes with a carbonation video. I'll have my video game up with a carbonation video or YouTube. It's always different. So Tron was my brother before he knew he was my brother. Shiva was my sister before she was my sister. Natural was the guy who really got me interested because Natural's energy. I like military stuff, being very militant. My uncle's master gunnery sergeant, and I was raised with him, and he taught me a lot of good things. Not completely raised with him, but he taught me a lot of really awesome things. And me doing NJROTC, through my high school journey, I was very locked in the military. To this day, I'm obsessed with guns. I love the military. I love things like that. I love order and structure. I'm that guy. I can take a drill sergeant in my face, screaming and spitting, for me to become better and stronger. I can do that. I'm on some Spartan stuff. So Eligio is not a turnoff to me. I'm not like how he acting crazy. I'm like, yeah, nigga, tell him like the truth is the truth, the lie is a lie. Check the demons at the door. Tell him, hold up. And I'm in my house talking about not get out my room. Like, no, I ain't eating that. I don't. Why you offering me that? You already know I'm on some other shit right now. Why would you offer me that? You attacking me. And I was like that with my family.
Mhm.
And this isn't his fault. This is my fault. This is me. This is my spiritual immaturity is what I'm gonna call it. You have emotional intelligence. I like spiritual immaturity. Not had that heavy. And through watching those videos so long, that was just life. And that became my new life in the States. And I felt comfortable within my knowledge. Everything he was saying, I already agreed with. So I was like, that's my family. So you got to realize I'm not worried about him lying, deceiving. I'm like, he's one of the only guys who's saying what I'm saying. I
All right,
trust it.
so I'm gonna pause you right
I'm
there.
going.
All right, so I'm gonna
I'm
pause you right
going there.
there. All right, so I'm gonna pause you right there. So after you go through this journey of finding him and resonating with him, you end up there. So I'm gonna play a video and then we'll talk about it after that.
Woo!
So
All right, play the video. Play it.
let me play this video. Oh, hold on, let me make it a little bigger in the back.
This is kind of fun.
And we need
Y'all
you
don't
to
tell
get
me
to
I
these
look good.
answers a little quicker, Solar, okay?
No, they want to hear that. They gonna replay it. They gonna do all that. I'm not worried about the immediate response. Why don't
All
y'all
right,
tell me I look good?
let's
Don't nobody tell me I look good. I feel it.
listen. We about to play this video. Hold on.
Your choice to
I need the metric.
level up or to just have an unhealthy state of mind and feel attacked. Now, what I did was I just tapped into the message and I started to network. And through the networking, I had met some other reflections, and we just got together and we got some tents. We went out into a nature reserve, literally. When whenever it was closed, like it had a time that we weren't even supposed to be there, but when it was closed, we would go off the
San
trail
Diego.
out somewhere. We found like a little spot to where we could set up our tent, and we did that for a good little bit, and we were able to literally like get away from all of the buildings, get away from the cars, the streets, everybody, and it was just animals and nature, and I was literally able to walk around naked out there. It was used, and it's not about being naked. It's about using the technologies of your body. Your skin is meant to communicate with the universe. And I was, if you wearing a shirt right now, if you wearing pants right now, if you wearing socks or a hat or sunglasses, you are denying yourself the ability to communicate with yourself, with the universe. And in doing this, trust me, just a couple of days, you're gonna start to notice that your whole mindset's gonna change. You know, you're gonna start to really look back on your life, and this is why we say you have to go into isolation first, because you're gonna start to see everything for what it really is. And you know, once you do that, then you're not even gonna. People ask, "Can we come and visit?" You're not gonna want to visit. If you truly left Babylon, you wouldn't want to visit. You would want to stay out of that. You would want to just go and live in nature, and you will be taken care of.
Don't wait to be carbonation. Like when you get here, like start where you at. That's I feel like that's what you're trying to say. Like you know, a lot of us want to join carbonation, but aren't even living like carbonation where we are. We're
All right, so I'm gonna pause that right there. You look like you lit up. You lit up when you seen that video. How old were you?
That was good.
How old were you in that video?
Maybe 23. About 23. Now 22, 23. Now that video is special because I actually like to see that. I'm glad you did that because it is, to me, it's still true. That is very true. As soon as this is over, I'm taking my shirt off. That's actually true. You know, and then the innocence in the journey at that point, I had already been disrespected to many degrees and levels, but didn't care because I'm in such a military state. At this point in time, I was put ahead of all the men. I was put in charge of all the men because they all tried to get me in trouble. Everybody had just tried getting me in trouble. So where's this? He's being this. Yeah, man. He's starting a problem here, starting a problem there. Eligio was like, bruh, sound like he getting y'all right and y'all don't like it. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna make him the leader of all of y'all because everything y'all complaining about is something I would have did. And then I'm like, yeah. And so I'm over here in charge of everybody, and I'm one of the only people who's saying, hey, I want to go live. I want to do videos. I want to teach now. I want to share now because I was already doing that. So I was keen on, and I still am to this day, which is why I'm still the way I am, is that I believe that the truth still needs to get out there. I believe that, you know, speaking that truth is the most important thing, and living it is the most important thing. So I'd like to see that. That was good.
All right.
I
So
don't really change much.
when you first started your introduction, and speaking about you saying that you feel like the truth still needs to be out there, you said that you were the CEO of Carbonation. Is that current or past tense?
That's current. I mean, it's a business.
So you are running Carbonation now. So you started your own version of Carbonation?
No, I just find it ironic that in the process of, you know, securing the financial side and responsibilities of the group, many see that is actually a really good one. So the more you know. That's why I teach a lot of things that I teach because I had to learn how to use it. I when I learned that I had it, I didn't. So it's funny how I figured out how I had it. I'll make this quick. Is that Shaka, and I'm gonna use his name because he would love for me to use his name. Shaka, my man Shaka Zulu. He hit me up. He said, "Hey man, we trying to do this thing for Carbonation, and it's copyrighted, man. We can't do it. Like, there's an owner of it. The owner Courtney Townsend. What's going on?" I'm like, yeah, for real? I looked into it. I'm like, yo. I went my email. I'm like, I got everything. Oh, I do own everything. Oh, that's crazy. I'm the actual CEO of Carbonation. That's weird. And this was years later. This was like maybe 1 year after I left because I was with Velvet at the time. No, it was right before I got with her, and I was very just surprised by it, and that put a big shift in my mind to where I'm like, you know what? I should revamp Carbonation because I did do it. I did revamp Carbonation when I got with Velvet. Amazing women, by the way. My baby mothers are amazing women, by the way, if you want to know my opinion. I think I have great mothers for my children. I have very magical, amazing kids. I digress. They're great mothers. So this is when I had got with Velvet. We revamped Carbonation because we felt like Eligio's name shouldn't put a stain on what can actually help people, or specifically what we were saying at the time was Black people because the people who are lacking the knowledge. Because this knowledge, spiritual as it is, there is an intellectual understanding of it that upper echelons do have. So I digress. We redid it. Felt like it was just his name that was a problem. Eligio has always been the issue. His name, what he was doing, because we knew the truth. You guys are still finding stuff out. We
So
know everything. I still got videos y'all ain't never seen
we kind of
of
jumping
this nigga
ahead.
doing crazy shit. So
We
at the end
kind
of the day,
wait, Solar. We kind of jumping ahead.
just
We kind
stop.
of jumping
Just stop.
ahead.
You go ahead. You don't have to just stop me. I'm okay with it if you stop me.
Okay, but you and Velvet were starting your own version of carbonation. That's what you're saying.
We redid it, and we felt like Eligio's name, what he did was the problem, and the knowledge was never the issue. We still believe in everything. Like I have charts for all the girls, like, and we look at these things and we try to adapt and live in a way that's helpful for us, the kids, future generations. We're really trying to work and heal. Like, so we be at the house really trying to eat better, really trying to do better. And I will apologize publicly for saying for this. This might be something people would like. I'll apologize publicly for maybe letting loose too early when I was in my relationship with.
Hey, Angela, welcome. You said what? Why they all what? Say what? Say what? Say what? He kind of like Reverend Pearson. If they say, hey, the guy go ahead jail and stuff.
Actually both of the relationships, but more so with Velvet.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of let loose when we went to party like with my mother and they were having Mexican parties. They have all kind of food there. We started to eat whatever after being purely alkaline. And then it started to become a trend of eating whatever. And I will say that was probably a big contribution to the downfall of that relationship because we were so healthy and we were doing so much daily in alignment with what we were teaching to live it. So the moment we got too comfortable eating like other foods, it's like we started not living it and things just kind of started falling apart for different reasons at different times. So I will acknowledge that publicly.
All right, so we're gonna because that's ahead in the story. We're gonna get into
So that it was
Is
the
it?
food.
and I can't
Yeah,
look
it
at
is.
y'all comments because they
It
is
was
doing
the
too much in the
food.
comments. So
Hey,
I
they,
said I'm not
Sally.
even reading them. I'm not even
Yeah,
gonna read them. I'm just
yeah.
here.
okay, yeah, don't read the comments because
Because I'll fuck with me, so that's enough.
okay, all right, cool. So that's later. We're gonna get more into Velvet. We're gonna get more into
Don't
that
ask me,
relationship, but I
Jack.
kind of want to go in sequence and then get to there. But I just wanted to clarify when you said about uh carbonation being the CEO and things like that. So anyways, moving on. So you get into carbonation and you are happy to be with a group of people who are like-minded. They are living the way you live. They are teaching the things that you live, and you kind
So
of find
I thought they knew what I knew. And come to find out, Eligio was the only one who knew a smidgen of what I knew, and everybody else were students, and I was disappointed. But I digress. It was okay because I still felt like I had a major role there. Even because of that, even made me more important there.
okay.
That's
So
how I was feeling.
you felt like you were smarter than everybody that was there.
I don't feel like it. I know things to where they sit around me all day and learn from me too. While Leo teaching what he teaching, we at nighttime tents, we supposed to be sleeping. I can't stop talking. If you guys haven't noticed, I talk a lot. I channel a lot. And whenever it's me and the guys, I'm always teaching them man shit. Like I'm always teaching them stuff like sovereignty things. When I share videos with them and stuff like that. And when I had just got there, the beginning things I was teaching them with the same things. How to be your own man, how to be disciplined for you. I'm really on that self-development. So I can't stop talking about it. The guys love to share a tent with me. They love to be around. They ask to hey, can I sleep in here tonight? Because they know I'm gonna be talking all night. And they want to get something. So I'm always teaching the
They
guys.
wanted to
The always teaching the guys.
the guys wanted to sleep where you were sleeping at.
Yeah, so we have these major tents, big Cabela tents. And if it's not the Cabela tents, it's rooms. I sleep in the studio. I get to sleep in really cool spaces a lot. Sometimes I have my own space. Majority of the time, I have my own room, my own space, my own private guest estate. I'm always treated very well there. So it was interesting. I'd have like Jack and Juju, for example, even if we're at a barbershop or a small spot and you're sleeping in a barbershop, they would still want to come and sleep in my room because why? I'm going to be teaching them stuff all day. I teach them their charts. I teach them how the universe works. I teach them the actual truth behind 3, 6, 9, and 12, except for what Eligio does, which is abuse actual information and truth for money and coochie. It is, I don't know. I don't need to do that. You know what I
So
mean? And he
you
does.
feel like you were like a better leader than Natureboy?
I can honestly say I stand on the truth, and I can honestly say that I'm here to represent for the youth, and I do my best to be the best example I can. However, I haven't always been that, so I focus daily on just becoming better at that. And I think that even back then, I knew that and felt that about myself, and I felt the struggle between being told the opposite and doing it was like that warrior's grit being built in me as opposed to join the military because I'm very militant already. So I'm transitioning it like this for me to evolve. And I'm really here to I know what I'm here to do. And I've been known that since I was a kid. So that's never been a question for me. I was easy bait because I felt like this was my family. The
Okay.
knowledge was like the worm on the hook, but the real hook was the family, and that kept me in there.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna move on from that. So once you get into carbonation, you develop a relationship with Zoka. So we're gonna go to
Jayon.
Jayon.
Jayon Marie.
We're gonna go to a moment where you guys realized that you guys were having a baby. And then
This is a crazy moment. I'm gonna tell y'all some shit about this moment right here.
wait, Solar, wait till we wait.
Okay.
What up,
We're
boo?
about to get to it. So let me play the video. Hold on. What is the title of this video? Oh,
Is that really your background, Neek?
this?
Yeah, that no green screen. Oh, look at you. You
Yeah.
live lavish. I
Yeah,
like
that's the
that.
background. Thank
I like
you.
the moons in the back. Okay.
All right, so let's get to this video. Thank you, by the way. This
Uh-huh.
video was posted by Stinson Has the Soup. So I like to give her credit.
Really? It's really surreal. They said Soular shooting the club up. The real 18. It's your first one, right? Yeah, my first.
Hey, dude.
It's a girl because of the pink. It's a girl, bro.
I think it's a girl. It's a girl. It was a girl.
I'm like, they don't know. They don't know. That's tough.
It was a girl. We were separated this whole time.
Nah, bro, nah. Like, I don't want to take advantage of this moment, man. Like, it's my first like moment like this. Like,
Now, what I do like about this video, the only thing I like about this video, for baby love's sake, that they were happy in the beginning. I don't care if it's the picture or not. The baby was not a monster. The baby was not a demon. They were that baby love was baby love. Right? So this is about baby love. And I'm glad that before he started calling that baby names, baby love, if you're looking down, I know you already know anyway. You wasn't a monster. You wasn't none of them things that was told to you. They were happy. They were happy, baby love. So we see. But at least they didn't call you no names in the beginning that we knew of. So I just wanted to say that part. We shall carry on.
Cause you see the pink out here?
It's a girl. It was a girl.
Oh man. That's crazy. How did you feel about the video, the first one? I'm holding back than the motherfucker because I don't want to like child support is what I felt. Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You want to know my first child support? She ain't going
Look
nowhere,
at her.
man. She ain't going nowhere. Nah, it's all good. So stroll off in the cry, they said.
Oh, that is such a beautiful video of you and Zoka. So we wanna hear about this situation.
Okay, so let's consolidate some information this time because this was a snippet, but it was a major part. Zoka and I were separated prior to this.
Mm-hmm.
We were sneaking around and getting caught for it, not caring, because like that's my girl. Okay, I don't care. Like if I get caught for sneaking around with my girl. So
You were sneaking around from Natureboy?
we were living at Mama Cookie's house at the time. That was in Cookie's master bedroom
Mm-hmm.
in Atlanta. And I was sleeping downstairs in the dining room. We cleared out the dining room, and I had my studio set up in there too. I would sleep in there, and she would sleep where the girls sleep. But we would sneak out and meet downstairs in the basement or outside, somewhere outside in the front, but anywhere. And that's just my girl. We'll just spend time. We'll talk. We'll share things on our phones, like what eating, whatever. And the other wives used to do this too. They used to come to me at those same times and come and ask me questions about him and stuff like what should they do and things like that. Interesting, especially at Cookie's house. So anyway,
Ask you about him, who Natureboy?
yeah, yeah, like how they should operate. Like they would just get in trouble or something, and the girls would come to me and be like, "Sorry, can you help me? Should I be with Caliber? Should I do this? Should I do that?" Things like that. And anyway, to consolidate it, right? We find out she's pregnant, and that was the first time I had hugged her like that in front of everybody in a
Y'all
while.
was
So you could see how weird I was being.
mm-hmm.
I hadn't touched her like that in front of everybody in a while. So
Okay.
when it was up there and like it being okay, I felt like our relationship was open again. Like we were back. Like fuck all these boundaries, all these restrictions we have, we're back. And this is what I'm thinking about in this time. Because I want to be there. I know I'm going to be able to be there. That's like ultimate exception. Pregnancy, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is what's crazy, right? So that's before, that's during. You guys saw the during. Now the after is where it gets fucking crazy.
Okay.
Right when the camera goes off, he shifts his mood from happy to angry.
Wow.
And he tells all the girls to shut the fuck up. Tell all the girls they're all fucking dumb for being happy and excited because this is a bad thing. And he starts telling everybody how bad of a thing this is.
Wow.
And this is the first time he started bringing up demon babies. Because he was like, well, you could see the baby in Georgia, and that's outside of the tropics. So automatically it has to be a demon baby. And so we're just like, so are we good? Like, what's going on now? Like, now is it bad? And now he's just cussing out all the women. He's cussing out Natiri. He's cussing out, she's Natiri at the time, right? She's cussing out Aya and Efru for being excited and happy. And he just completely shifted the whole entire everything. And everything became a bad thing after that. And it was just like that. And then it wasn't until like weeks later, or like about like a week or two later, he came to me and said it was all just a joke. It's all just a gimmick. It's just for media. He definitely doesn't believe my child's a demon. He needs more Solars. He needs as many Solars as he can have. Actually, if there's anybody who should have babies, it's me. I mean, he started to gas me with all of that. And I was like, all right, yeah, so this is for media, and this is the reality. Me and him, we good. We know what time it is. They don't know what time it is. So demon baby, online. And even if you even catch it, even back then, I did a couple lives where I was like, yeah, we had our child outside the tropics. We could have had a child in the tropics. So now we're gonna have to work even harder with our child to make sure there's no generational curses that get perpetuated because we made this decision. So we started to make lives like that. Me and Zoga tried to be responsible in the group, making videos like that, to make everybody happy, and we made sense of it. Because I'm thinking, we good. Nah, fuck it. Ain't no demon baby. Hey, nah, we good. This is family. We can't wait. I need more babies. Me and Zoka go crazy. We keep going. And while she's pregnant, who cares? Like, right. I'm thinking like, oh, this isn't bad. And so I'm going on like this for 9 months. And in between there's a lot of different stories and hiccups that come up with the pregnancy, to where I learned things after I left Carbonation, and there were things that happened in front of me that were really traumatizing, if you will,
Okay.
for lack of better terms.
So what happened that was traumatizing? You talking
Hey,
about as far as
Captain.
Zoka's pregnancy?
This was a crazy day, and I'll just mention it. And I don't know what you had planned next, if you want to go on to that next. But I'm
No,
gonna
we want
mention
to
this
hear.
because
We want to hear
I
the
think I'm
beginning
gonna mention it.
and
Hold
end
on,
with
hold on.
Zoka.
I'm gonna mention. Okay, cool. I'm gonna mention it, and I'm gonna bring up a topic that's sensitive, so I don't want to go too deep on it. But this, because I want to highlight the fact that that day where Velvet was surrounded in a circle, being beat up, you guys all probably heard about that. That was the same day that he had forced Zoka to drink wine. Not even wine. It was like other alcohol mixtures. It was like a couple of things in the cup. He didn't. I don't think he knew what was in that specific cup, but it was a couple of things in that cup. It was mine, and he took my cup in when he made her drink it. And it was that, or she had to get kicked out and leave. She either drank the wine and trusted him, or she doesn't trust him and he should leave, and she should leave. And the problem was that he was telling her, Eliana, Velvet drank wine all the time when she was pregnant with Eliana, and Eliana came out just fine. He was raised on crack. So we don't trust him to let Zoka drink a little bit of wine on 4th of July, then she might as well leave
Nope, no word,
with the
Okay.
no
baby and
word,
everything.
Captain.
And I get to stay, but she leaves. And, that ultimatum after the fact, me and Zoka are in the bathroom. I'm telling her, I said, look, if you want to get an abortion, we're going to get an abortion. If we're going to have this child, we're going to take care of this child. I'm going to work with you on either decision. I'm with you on either one. And she said she wanted to keep our child. We're crying in the bathroom and everything. She's begging me to forgive her. I do. It's all these different things going on. We're getting water. I'm doing everything I can to like look up things to like get rid of alcohol the system quick and stuff like that. We're in the bathroom, tucked away doing this. She's hugging me, crying, everything for like, we're in there for like 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we decided to keep our child from then on, and we're not doing an abortion. We decided in that moment. So from then on, we're keeping this child. And she's had multiple opportunities to do abortions. She's had abortions planned, flights booked, Alihio helping her do all this stuff, and she kept denying it. And one of the times I had the ultimate decision, and I said no. Over the course of these months. So just constant threat to the child. But little did I know, behind my back during this time, he was having her drink on other occasions. On the 4th of July topic, I brought that up because Zoka wasn't the only one who went through something crazy. Velvet did too. And we do ignore that a lot. And I don't think it's cool to ignore that because that day was a crazy day. I believe it was a 4th of July and it was a Capricorn full moon on top of everything. So, I mean, if anybody knows astrology, you just look that up. And that's what we experienced. Man, that was a crazy day, but
So
that's
what
just
else?
okay.
We gonna you keep Velvet with the Velvet. We gonna get to Velvet. She gonna be later.
Well, they all been, you got to understand it's funny, but they've all been here the whole time. All of them. They were actually there before Zoka.
Right, but the segment about her gonna be later.
Continue. I don't know your roster. If you told me your roster, I could work with you.
I'm talking about Zoka.
Talk about Zoka then. Ask me a question.
Okay,
So I'm
so
gonna tell you what I think about.
okay. So that was a very traumatic thing. She drunk your cup of alcohol, and then behind your back on several other occasions, he had her drinking alcohol as well.
With the
One,
ultimatum to leave, apparently, every time.
Something was in them
right.
cups,
So
man.
as she's
Something
going
was in
along with
them
her
cups. Stop
pregnancy,
it.
you guys all accept the pregnancy. You think about like, oh, maybe we'll do abortion, and then you guys all deny it and decide to proceed with her pregnancy. So once
Correct.
you continue to proceed with her pregnancy, how was she as a pregnant woman? Like, was she having like a lot of aches in her stomach? Were you seeing the baby kick a lot? Like, what kind of, how was the pregnancy?
Our baby was kicking a lot. Our baby was very healthy the whole time. As far as I was concerned, I was doing extra things, getting her extra food. I'm her personal chef. She has her own closet of stuff. She's getting extra care. It was actually a really good experience, if you ask me, as far as how certain levels of treatment were going on at daily activities. In the mundane, it was really good. It was a higher quality of life that we lived in general during her pregnancy. Me having access that I had already to things that I had was even better. So, and then there's a lot of public support as well, family support and public support for the child as well. So it was a era of a lot of abundance for us. So we had a great, healthy pregnancy. Aside from all of those instances, those were the only instances where I said things were bad. Other than that, all the way up to 9 months, I feel like we're good because I'm here sleeping with my baby every night. I definitely gave my child more attention than Zoka did, and I'll say that for sure. I gave her way more attention. Zoka was in this trance to where she didn't know if she should be with Lehio or me. So she had issues sometimes feeling good or bad about our child. And so I was always there to balance that pretty much every single night. And
he was sleeping with her while she was pregnant. What do you mean? She was confused about.
yeah, they ended up doing that. Yeah, of course, they ended up doing that. And I don't know when it was behind my back, but I'm aware of when it happened, which is in that time when they're in the house in Cancun, where all the women were having sex with him in one day, apparently, or something. Zoka's included in that. And that's the one that broke my heart. That's the one that I really found out about. And, you know, I don't know if it happened before or after any other times. You know, I'm sure probably most likely, you know. And so, yeah, no, that's the case. And that was I don't know, that was one of the times where we were heavily considering abortion the most. That's when she had it scheduled. She was going to fly out from Cancun, from that place, from that specific house, to the States to get an abortion, which was being supported by a bunch of people. And I denied it. I told everybody no.
So was she sleeping with him around the time that you guys got pregnant also?
No. Yes, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I don't know at this point when it comes to things like that, Meek. As far as I'm concerned, you know, that's not what's going on. When they are doing their thing, we're not in a relationship at all. We're not together, and that's established. So that is one thing that we did a lot, that he would play with a lot, was we would establish if we were single or not.
The reason why I say that is because you said before you guys had to sneak around to do it. So I didn't know if that's because she was also
Nah, and I will say that I guess that's my fault, because when he's with her, she's with me. I guess that's my fault, because when she's with me, she's with me. And I don't know if she does the same thing, goes to be with him around. I wouldn't know.
Mhm.
Just like when she's with him, she's with me usually. They don't know. This is like every night. We sneaking out under the moonlight, like in nature, and like we're walking throughout the day, sending each other signs throughout the day, little small things. Like
Mhm.
it was kind of cute. It was kind of like a little movie. I ain't gonna lie, between me and her.
So, nature nut, exactly, exactly, fool. So, nature nut put something in that baby, in that girl's drink. Ain't no alcohol did that. Ain't no cups of alcohol did that. Nature nut put something in that damn baby's drink. Period. Period. That's like that special tea they used to have. Mm-hmm. 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 That's why his ass gonna rot. His ass gonna rot. He gonna rot. I'm not saying it can't do that, but she wasn't an alcoholic. People drink pregnant. People smoke pregnant. People do drugs pregnant. Mm-mm. Something was put in that girl. Something was put. If you're not around her, you don't know what Nature Boy is giving her to drink. You don't know what Nature Boy is putting in that girl drink. He put something in that drink. It wasn't no damn alcohol. I'm sorry. That's why his ass gonna rot on top of rot on top of rot. Let's go.
It was a real
Y'all was making it romantic.
romantic tragedy. Yeah, yeah, that's my nature though. I like to be the Prince Charming. Let down your hair, Rapunzel. That is definitely my energy. So I definitely played that role. And
Where he said that time period was
Okay.
cool.
So
between me and her, it's like she's always like with me. She'll even tell me on the low, like, I think you're the real king. I think you're the real one. She'll always tell me that shit on the low. And I'll be like, no, you're trying to turn me against Eligio. Stop. Don't do that. Appreciate it though. But don't say that. You know, that's how it was between me and Zoka. She was always empowering me, and I was always like, you trying to get me in trouble. That's
okay.
how I was in the group. Yeah.
So you guys really were like truly. Do you feel like you were truly in love with Soka?
100%. 100%. Yeah, all the women I've been with, I've been 100% committed and in love. Never cheated on them. You know, wanted to marry them, wanted to have a family with them. I'm very selective. I can get around,
Nightmare
but I
Fuel is
don't.
more like it.
And I'm very proud of the women that I have chosen to be with.
Okay. So let's move forward with the the pregnancy, and you guys are to the point where it's time to deliver. Does she go into contractions? What happens?
Well, we're shooting the music video Love.
Uh-huh.
She has a song called Love. And we were shooting a music video for that at the beach with the pregnant belly. They drew on the belly, said
Yeah, yeah,
love
yeah.
on it, and everything had the sunshine and all that beautiful stuff, right? And um, we're done shooting the video, and right when we're pretty much done, she goes right into labor, right when we're in the water at the beach.
Why
And
be in the water?
luckily, the hospital is right there where we want to be. So we get in the van, we all go like, oh, the hospital's right there. We go to the hospital quick, and then they just drop me and her off. And then it was just me and her. And from there, everything was really good. Everything was really cool. I gave Eligio my shirt, needed help with whatever he needed. Sure, I gave him my clothes, whatever. I'm like, I gave them what they needed. I took what I needed. I organized everything in a van during the process. And when we departed, you know, I made sure that we were good to be there overnight or a couple of days or whatever. I had everything I needed, and they had what they needed. And we're going in. The emergency, they help her. All the hospital people, they help her. First thing they do is scan and check the baby, see if the baby's good. Everything's good. Everything's fine. Heartbeat, everything's just fine. There's nothing wrong. At a certain point, she started having her contractions heavier and stronger, and we can clearly see that it was getting painful for her. And when it started getting really painful for her, when they were going to move her, they had her waiting to like move her to another spot for like an X-ray or something. And I
I don't
believe it was
have
in that
X-ray.
process where they stopped hearing the heartbeat. And they said, and the end story is that, you know, if I skip through, well, let me just say this.
We don't want you to
It was
skip
very,
through this part.
it was very sad. It was very sad what happened. Like, obviously, we were in disbelief. I'm sitting there arguing with everybody, of course, like, no, check the thing again. Like, you're tripping. No, the baby's there. Like, it's clearly there. We know it's been 9 months. It's all this. It's there. The baby's there. You're tripping. Do it again. Like, how does it work? Like, let me do it. I'm doing it. They're like, they're not even tripping. They're just like, they already know what time it is. And I can, now that I'm done with it, I could see that they already knew what time it was. And they were just trying to help me get through it and help her get through it. So they're retesting, redoing this like a million times, you know, all these different things. And there's just no more heartbeat.
Okay.
And we're just like, no way, this got to be something else. It's got to be something crazy. Like, something got to happen. Like, what's going on? Because she's there and I have to be the man in the situation. So I'm there. I'm not crying at all.
Here's one thing you need to do before you buy anything online. Don't spend another dime on Amazon.
Very good at doing that, even in this moment, right? And I'm there for her.
They
I'm
wouldn't
being
let
strong
him
with
do
her,
it.
and I'm
He's
explaining.
smirking.
I'm saying what they're saying to us, kind of back to her, like, it's okay. Like, this happens a lot. This happens to a lot of people. This isn't rare.
Who
Like,
wouldn't
anything
let
like
him
that,
take
things
over
like
the
that.
medical
But I'm
equipment?
letting her know that I love her
Child,
no matter what.
I ain't never
I'm
had
saying
no
little
babies.
poems
I
to
don't
her.
know. I ain't got
You
no
know,
children. None. I
her
ain't birthed
mind is
nothing.
really with me at the time. And I'm very glad that, you know, I was there for this whole process, because I had her mind the whole time. And she was crying at
The Swan bought me mine. They dropped my babies off with the what you call the Stork. The Stork came and dropped mine off. I never had nothing. The Stork came and bought my babies to me. The Stork came in there. Woo, child. Woo, woo. I, the Stork done did it. Hmm.
first. She stopped crying, and she kind of was just like in this neutral state of like not knowing she's still pregnant. She's still pregnant. The baby's just not alive. So she's not, this is just this limbo state for her. So I'm just keeping her attention, and I'm loving. I'm just kissing on her. Just lots of love. It's all good. They end up transitioning us to the next hospital
Huh?
where they're deciding like how we should give birth to the baby that's no longer alive,
Huh?
and we end up going all the way to San Juan from Hato Rey, I believe, or no, I forgot. It's something like that. And obviously,
That is such a lawsuit. That is such a lawsuit. We can still see the sex strings. Mm-mm. That's what oh, oh, Lordy. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
but we went from Arecibo all the way to San Juan.
Hold on.
You guys know.
Let's look at the chat. What the chat saying? Oh, the chat is not available. Somebody says he's narcissistic like his master. Somebody says Solar Ash up and go take care of your children. Someone says so he is so self-involved, and it's funny how now he's been the teacher. Somebody says he and Velvet do the same unnecessary rattling. Somebody said I see so much of it. Nah, I see. Y'all better watch Musa. Y'all better keep an eye on Musa. Keep an eye on Musa. Keep an eye on Musa. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. When he speaks, he reminds me of a female. Someone should inform that think they know. Why is he so adamant on letting the world know how much he contribute? You have supernatural patience. Your face telling a story within a story. Nature Boy taught him. He's delusional. Neek, delete this video. This was ridiculous. He just want clout. How do I know this? Because you listen, blah, 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 blah. I didn't say it's in there. All right. I wanted to see what the chat had to say at the moment, but she took out the chat. Let's go.
Know that distance. It wasn't too crazy, but we had the ambulance going. Got there. They suggested the best way to deliver the baby was natural because it wouldn't have any scars. It would be easier to recover from. It actually easier, all around better, rather than cutting into her, taking it out those ways and things like that. Those could be more dangerous. So we agreed to just do it natural. I'm still with her, and we're going through this full blown birth. It's just now we know the child's dead, so it's just like a really grim feeling in the space. It's just is really like the atmosphere is dark green, already, and that's crazy because when she finally did give birth to the baby, it was all dark green, everything in there, and the placenta. You can clearly see the placenta was clearly damaged, clearly poisoned, and that's exactly what they said. We told the people the baby was strangled. We told them other stuff because we knew if we told the people the placenta was poisoned, which was the case, it was obviously the case. I saw it and I'm like, all right, bro, I'm not even tripping because this is clearly why I can't trip on them anymore. This is clearly the reason. This is bad. I've seen.
When was you looking at placentas? When was you looking at placentas? When were you looking at placentas? And what a poison placenta. Now I got to go back and check my placenta. I don't know about the clearly part. I was definitely. Oh man, I'm a little tired today. My God, I'm a little tired. Did I hear right? Oh my God. is clearly the placenta. The placenta, if I'm not mistaken, I don't remember. But remember, the stork bought me my baby. I don't know. The stork bought them. It just came from the sky, and it knocked on my door, knocked on my window, and like boop. So that's how I had mine, right? But the baby is inside. It's not inside the placenta. Isn't the placenta out? I'm confused. The baby is not in the placenta. The placenta is the afterbirth, correct? Somebody help me. Help me, Rhonda. Help me. Help me out here. I need some help. I don't know if a placenta get poisoned. Maybe the fluid or something. I don't know. But mm, my little cold is bothering me. My little cold. My little cold. Let's carry on.
Centers before after lotus births. This is not what you want to see. So I'm just like, damn. There, it was amazing that my baby made it that long. Is apparently the story, and with me seeing this, I instantly know it was the alcohol. Instantly, instantly. That's the
Mm-mm,
first thing I'm like.
mm-mm,
It couldn't be nothing I did. Could be
mm-mm,
nothing she did.
mm-mm,
But only been alcohol. That's
mm-mm.
it.
Do you
The
think it could
baby
have
was
been alcohol plus something
she
else?
was big, she was healthy, she had all her toes, she had her hair, she's a full blown child when she
Hmm.
came out. And to me, she looked like Janae Aiko. That's how I remember her. That was baby love. That was baby love. She was born during the great conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter, very rare time. And I knew her name already. Her name was Love already before all of this. And it was crazy because Eligio had called us at the time. And when I was telling him, the baby didn't make it, and he called us and he's like, "Oh, so you I know you want to blame me, huh? How you gonna blame me? You really think that was me? I was raised on crack. I was raised on a crack smoke. It wasn't that did it. It was the universe that was doing this." And I, immediately in my head, I'm like, shut the fuck up. I'm cussing like a storm in my head already. I remember on the phone. In my head, I'm cussing up a storm, letting him say whatever the fuck he wants to say from wherever he was at.
Oh, so you were just like thinking of curse words but not saying them?
At first,
Okay.
I did end up cussing him out briefly. I cussed him out briefly, and he's like, "All right, we'll see if you have the same energy at the house." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever, nigga." Hung up because I'm like, I don't even know how he knows he's wrong, and I'm confident in that, so I just let it go. Like to me, he's coping with it, and I'm like, fuck you. Zoka knows it was him, and I'm like, oh, we lost service. I guess the service isn't working here, and I just put my phone in my pocket, and I spent the next 48 hours almost with her, just with her. They snuck me, the hospital, the nurses, they actually snuck me into the room every night. They allowed me to stay with her every single night. And it was actually really just like one full night. And then we ended up leaving at a random time. Uh, True, and the guys were outside with the van, and they were able to take us back. And Zoka was feeling good enough to go back, so we ended up going back. The nurses made sure we had everything we needed as we left, so it was all good. And yeah, we ended up going back. I already knew it wasn't gonna be no smoke from Eligio because he's wrong. So immediately, what is
Did
he
she
doing?
did she
He's
drink
avoiding
that
the
day?
situation and not talking about it. No,
Did
she
she
didn't.
did
I
she
don't know.
drink
I don't know.
that day?
No, she didn't drink that day, and no, she didn't drink that day. And I don't
Okay.
know. There's things that like you ask me questions like that, and I get nervous because I'm like, what if she did? I don't know. I hope
Mhm.
not. What else do I not know? Did they put something in her food? Like what? I don't know.
Mhm. So do
There's
you
nothing
think it
I
was
did.
just
I
the
did the most for everything. I learned everything about being with a pregnant woman, what she needs to eat, how she needs to be, how she needs to lay, how she needs to be catered to, things that can help her get through certain pains at certain times, postpartum. I'm looking at all this stuff nonstop. I'm a Gemini. I can't help it. And I'm doing all these things for her while she's mentally detached. She don't know if she's supposed to be good or bad. I'm catering to the child, playing music for our child, getting specific foods for her to eat, things to not eat, cutting things out, all of that. The catering to her, got her own nice set, made her a nest, helped her create, do her art. It was heaven. Living in a space with me, with her, that was heavenly. That was really
When
nice. That was the best I've ever
when
lived. Was just
yes, he's a
doing
doctor.
what was needed to be
Stop
done
it.
for a pregnant
Stop
woman.
it. Yes.
That's my first child. That was my first child. I pulled out all the stops, everything possible I could do. And when it came to that, and I'm thinking things were really good. 9 months, good. I thought we're good. We had checkups, and the checkups were all good.
So you guys were going to the hospital throughout her pregnancy?
Yep, multiple times, different times. That's why I didn't like it when people were saying, "You guys don't even do it." No, we went to the hospital multiple times throughout our travels and different hospitals as we traveled.
Baby?
Hmm?
Did you guys have a funeral for the baby?
Me and Zoka did kind of, but no official nothing. No.
Oh, okay.
The child was taken at the hospital.
Oh, so she never left from.
They told me they're gonna cremate the child at the hospital. That's what they told me. I let it go. I didn't even want to go into conspiracies because my mind goes crazy when it comes to babies and governments and hospitals.
Huh?
So I didn't even do all that.
Huh?
So I just said, all right. And I just let the whole situation go. I got to hold my child long enough to help to resuscitate it. Zoka did too. It was done. So we let that go at the hospital. So people with all of their different theories, like that's what happened. We did lie. We told them that the baby was strangled by her umbilical cord. Because if we told them that the placenta was poisoned, everybody was going to go for a weekio. Me and
my everything hurt, right? My everything hurt, but I have to get me a bigger thing of ginger ale. Food ain't never, never. Oh man. That poor baby was allegedly poisoned. Period. Cause you got snacks, Jack. Eligio, you paying for what you did to Baby Love. You sitting up there, and Baby Love has spoken. Poor Baby Love. Poor Baby Love. Poor Baby Love, man. Ah, man. I mean, this. I don't know. We can't get over. I guess they could, but we can't because that baby's innocent. He said nose falling off. Don't forget, guys, if you ain't hit that like, please. I am so tired, but I had to get this video in. I had to.
Zoka were like, fuck. Like,
So
what do we do? We came back, we tried to make a video to defend him, and we showed him the video before he put it out. And he's like, just don't even put it out at all because he's gonna call too much attention to it. And inevitably people just came up with their own theories of what happened to my child. But you guys gotta go ask the hospital in Arecibo because I don't know. They told me it was gonna be cremated and I left it at that.
Okay.
And you just left it like
it would be San Juan, Rio Hato.
So he ain't even let y'all go
San Juan,
say goodbye to your baby. Natureboy, you gonna rot, bitch.
So after you guys,
sorry, YouTube, you gonna rot, bitch.
So after you guys go back to the, where were you guys staying, in an Airbnb or where were you guys?
Natureboy, you gonna rot, bitch. You gonna rot. I'm sorry, YouTube, but I have to say it. There's no other way. You gonna rot in that jail, bitch. You didn't even let them. You didn't even let Zoka, a mama. You didn't even let her say goodbye to her baby. They just, oh, we're gonna cremate it, and just like that, that you ain't even let them come get the ashes. Like where is baby love ashes? They don't keep the ashes. Nature boy, what do you do with that baby, Nature boy? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm very upset again. I'm upset. Yes, I am. I may have to skip this. I'm gonna have to skip this. I'm gonna have to definitely skip this. Hopefully, she transition out of this real quick. Real quick. Exactly. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted. Y'all keep y'all kids out them. Watch our kids going into these cults, man. They couldn't even say goodbye. They couldn't even say goodbye to baby love. They couldn't even take her things. All he writing about is what, ooh, child. Mm-mm-mm. Child. I would have went with my baby that night. Yes, yes. Me and my baby would have been gone together. Because you couldn't have stopped me. You couldn't have stopped me. You couldn't have stopped me. Mm-mm. No, no, no. Mm-mm. Nope. That's why I'm disgusted, Jack. I am disgusted. I am so disgusted. That's why you gonna rot in there, bitch. Sorry, YouTube. But YouTube, if the human person is watching this, you should be saying the same thing. If the human saw this, you should be saying the exact same thing. Hmm. My man Simple P said it the best. Simple P was on it like the Green Hornet. Yes, he was. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna have to skip this. Hold on. Now I'm gonna let y'all hear it.
Puerto
I'm
Rico,
sorry.
we had the house on lock. We allowed part of the house we had to be an Airbnb. This is a multi-million property that I was able to leverage, and in Puerto Rico, very beautiful, one of the most beautiful places in Utuado. And I was able to leverage the property by making a deal with the owner to partially Airbnb it, and then certain areas were hours only. We paid monthly rent, and we were improving on the house and the property, and maintaining things and taking away bills from him. So it was more incentive to have a really low rent for a really nice place. And we helped him run his Airbnb and sold dishes. When we made our solar noon, we made extra, and we would sell it to the people who would visit for like $15 a plate.
What's the solar noon? What's that?
That well, the reality is in circadian rhythm, serotonin, when it's being produced in your body, it's going to help you digest food, and that is when the sun is at its peak, which is around 12 to 3 p.m. And at that time is when you're supposed to eat and digest food. And so we call what we did at Carbonation, we called it solar noon. We would eat our big meal of the day at that time. Solar noon. That's what that was.
Oh, but okay. No, child, I don't know what the heck. But okay. I
I'm
don't know.
sure. Yeah, that's all. That's what it was.
I
Yeah.
thought you said like y'all would sell something. I thought it was like
Yeah, that's what we sold, the food. We would make a lot, and
Folding.
when we had our food ready, we would make them plates, the guests at the Airbnbs, and we would make money that way. So it was a deal with the owner to where it was a lot of things. So it was an
oh,
Airbnb,
okay.
but we were working with his Airbnb in many ways. We had our own space though, and
Oh, okay, okay,
Yup,
guests
okay.
would
All
not
fruit
go
right.
there.
tacos, girl.
All right. So when you guys get back, you and Zoka get back, what is the dynamic
That's some
like?
sauce for y'all. If y'all doing real estate or looking to do real estate, leverage opportunities. You can lower your rent easily. Free sauce. Go ahead.
What was the dynamic like when you and Zoka returned from the hospital?
Them niggas
They
How
in
gave us the
here.
same space that we had. It was like the same as when she was pregnant. They gave us the same space. They gave us the same time. But eventually, over time, she ended up going back over there with the women, and we kind of stopped our relationship.
Hey,
It was
Pooh
more
Bear.
of a single thing. Single thing. So,
Hey,
but
my Pooh
we still
Bear.
met up every day. It was still like, that was still my girl, you know, and everybody's understanding.
All right, so we're gonna skip ahead to
Hey,
hold on.
hey,
Let's pull up
Carter.
our next video.
Carter.
Crazy times, man.
Let's pull up our. All right.
People have been asking about that for a while. Oh, look at that. One of
Mango
many.
salsa chip. No, they was
made you
not.
understand things.
No, they was not.
That's what that was.
Lettuce,
enabled you to
maybe.
let go, and the situation coming to an end of a cycle, and you're back now.
Yeah, because
You feel like you're reliving certain things that you already know.
I'm trying to relive him, but he's doing something else. So I'm stuck because I have not.
Could it mean that the relationship's just not meant to be, and you're trying to force something rather than letting it flow and be there and be aggressive? Could it be that we belong together?
It could be,
It could be. That ass.
but it's me doing it the way I have to do with anything.
Because you're not developed. You're not developed yet on your own. He's having a hard time doing it for you. You don't want to do it for yourself.
Anyone with $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans may qualify for help from National Debt Relief. Minimum payments could literally keep you in debt for decades. $10,000 in debt can take anywhere from 14 to 26 years to pay off if you're only paying the minimums. And that's just $10,000. I know many of us have a lot more than that. Getting started is easy, and the process has already helped over 500,000 people and counting.
I called immediately. Congratulations, you qualify to be a part of the National Debt Relief Program. And you're not alone in that shame left. I cried. I'm debt free. Wow, I can't thank National Debt Relief enough. I can't thank them enough.
Find out if you're eligible today. Click the link on this video and answer a few short questions. If you have $10,000 or more in debt, there's a good chance you'll qualify.
This is not too good to be true. I had an end date. I got the email, it said, congratulations, you are now debt free. My relationship is much better now. There is this entire stress that is completely gone. I'm debt free.
Be sure to apply before next Friday. Go ahead and click that link. You'll be glad you did.
You may get a little excited when you shop at Burlington.
What a low price! Do you see that? They have my favorite brand! It's like a whole new Burlington! I can buy two!
I'm saving so much!
Burlington saves you up to 60% off other retailers' prices every day. Will it be the low prices or the great brands?
All right, so I'm gonna pause it. So this is when you guys are in a polygamous relationship and trying to figure out how to navigate with Nateri added in the relationship. So I'm gonna play a little
So
bit.
we're actually not in a polygamous relationship yet at this time.
Oh, y'all wasn't?
No, we're just always we're just always talking about it.
Because y'all was saying about how y'all wanted to be together, and then y'all was like, what?
We was polygamous in Atlanta before, officially. But after that, it was always just been back and forth. Should we all be together or not?
Okay, I'm gonna play a little bit more.
Coexistence. Right? When you put yourself there, there's a coexistence. But I have to make something up for you. Zoka.
She crying?
I think so. I don't know if I can make it any bigger. Hold on.
Is not one of us. Even as I'm talking to her right now, she's
she crying. She crying.
Distracted by emotions. Yes. And not able to penetrate what she's feeling. Strong, there's a wall there. You're gonna have to deal with it. Well, and for the rest.
So what happens when this happens is she has all the medicine. I may remind her, I may say this.
Clarify what medicine is.
Knowledge.
Okay, say that because people are listening and they could be thinking.
Right.
On some psychiatric medicine, and there's
No.
people that don't watch this on a regular basis.
Psychiatric medicine. I'm referring to the knowledge because that's what gives a healthy perspective. To have a healthy perspective, to heal, to change your perspective. So I'll give a piece of knowledge or a science or something that I know would be just perfect for the moment. She'll have it and she'll be in resistance, how she's in resistance, and I'll continue doing what I'm doing. 5 minutes later, she'll come back. I'm sorry. It was this thing, right? My bad. And she apologized.
All right, so I'm gonna pause it right there.
That's true. Yeah,
So, some of her emotions, the fact that she didn't want Janae in your relationship.
No, she wanted to be with me, but she just never felt okay with it. So she's always gonna have a fight. She's like Janae in many ways, into where she could be with him, but there's always gonna be a thing about her to where she wants to be with me, and that's always gonna be a topic. It's always gonna be a topic.
Y'all
So
wasn't
similar
together
to Janae in that way, huh?
Y'all wasn't together in that video?
Probably, but I couldn't tell you if it was right before or after a breakout. It was a breakup. It was so many times
Mhm.
that happened in Puerto Rico. I don't know which time that I can't off the top. I don't remember
In this
which
video,
time.
y'all was talking about polygamy, like being together with polygamy.
Yeah. So Janae had obviously is in Puerto Rico. When Janae had came to Puerto Rico, she, you know, he lied to her, and he was telling her that I played her into coming, that I didn't want to be with her, that I was going along with him to help her just come so we can embarrass her online. But he's going to consider actually keeping her as a wife now. So he lied to her, and he told her that when he knew when me and him, our understanding, our conversation was, me and Janae have been talking for 3 months already. We're already getting really close. She wants to be with me. It's already a thing we're talking about, and Zoka's already open to the polygamous relationship. We had did it before in Atlanta. She's coming back to Carbonation. We want her to be with us again, and she wants to be with us again too. And Zoka's open to it this time. This is the first time ever that Zoka wanted to do it. Okay. Zoka was open to it. And so me and Zoka, we had a whole tent and everything prepared for her to come, just for him to start lying to her when she came, telling her I was playing her the whole time. And so now she's resentful of me, not knowing why. She tells me the story that she came downstairs that first night to my tent and could have came and joined me, but for whatever reason decided to turn away and go back upstairs to be with him because she felt like I was playing her and lying to her, and she was not going to be welcomed in things. And so she didn't want to do that, so she turned away. She brought me gifts. She brought him some things. She brought him some food. She brought me and Zoka a bunch of gifts, special gifts that were special to us and our personalities. She came to be with us. And Janae, and he lied to her, and he lied to the public, and he lied to me about that specific situation. And when I found out about that, I didn't find out about that until after I left Carbonation. Janae, and I got with Janae, and she told me what happened, what she was told, and what she went through. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? He lied to all of us, and then the internet too. 3 different stories just to get you.
Okay. So did you truly want to be with Janae at that time?
Hell yeah. I love that woman.
So, because in the videos, I can never read like what the true nature was. So
I don't like the dumb shit. I feel like they're smart and they're intelligent. I think they both know they want to be with me off camera. So when we get on camera and we get on live, I'm always feeling like whatever. Like whatever happens. Like, because off camera, I'm already knowing we all want to love each other.
Mm-hmm.
Janae and Velvet are best friends. Excuse me, guys. Just like yesterday, they was just best friends. They were so close that when they were with Eligio didn't like them together because they were too close to each other and ignoring him before I ever even existed. Janae and Velvet, my 2 baby mothers, amazing women, have always been friends. And I find it interesting because Velvet has always stood up for Zoka, but in the background, we never knew this. When I got with Velvet, I got to hear Velvet's side. And Velvet's side is a whole nother side to things. She's going through a lot of trauma. I don't even know if Velvet's telling you all this, but she's going through all kind of trauma, all kind of beatings, and things that we don't all know about. She's going through this stuff because she's fighting for our relationship. She's fighting for me and Zoka to be together. And I know Velvet to be that type of person. So I don't think she's lying to me when she tells me that. And Janae, on the other hand, Janae's always fighting to be with me, regardless if I have a partner or not. And I'm telling Janae, like, look, I have a girl. I know you like me. That doesn't mean you get to be with us. Please respect our relationship. And I always felt disrespected by Janae, so I always turned her away, because it wasn't that she wasn't cute, it wasn't that I didn't like her, it's that she was intrusive and she was rude and disrespectful in that sense to the relationship and to my loyalty. And I felt like I'm loyal.
Y'all wasn't practicing polygamy at that time. I thought that was kind of like
We were, but I was still the one who wasn't pushing for. I liked it and I wanted the idea. I wanted it, and it ended up happening once he just said, "No, it's okay if you do it." And we're like, "Okay, cool, we're gonna do it." But this is after deliberation, because at first Zoka is having a problem with Janae, because Janae's coming around like I'm her man when Zoka's my girl. So what you want her to do? So Zoka's immediately not liking her. It was just a bad way to start. Like, I know him. I seen him in my dreams. That's my man. And one reason why me and Janae don't really work, in my opinion, sometimes is because I felt like I wanted her to get to know me rather than act like she did know me. And that approach early on always turned Zoka away. Aside from all of that, those women love each other. They've supported each other. They help each other. Like, to this day,
I'm gonna just put it on the screen, but keep talking.
Why don't he bond Zoka out? I didn't know that. That's stuff I think about. I think about stuff like that. But now the case is over. All kind of things are possible.
All right, finish. You said that. Okay, so you didn't really like the fact that she was trying to be in y'all relationship, but then y'all ended up being together. So I'm gonna play the next video.
As soon as we figured out it was okay, we did it, and it was a beautiful relationship. Me, Zoka, and Janae loved it. And then this is how it ended. Oh, wait, is this beginning or ending? Let's listen.
So this is another video from Stinson Has the Soup.
I don't need to be here because you're good. You're handled. You don't need me.
Is that a healthy perspective? What should be your thoughts?
I want to do more. I'm a Virgo North Node, so I should be more.
With Kateri?
Yes. I'm an Aries, so I have a competitive spirit.
Aries, she's the Aries.
Oh, these dumbasses. Natureboy is making Zoka accept that dumbass here. What's his name? Soular. Take on Nefertiti, whatever.
Nefertiti.
Facts of biology. This has everything to do with subjectivity.
That's crazy. Oh, fake friend. I got a light skinned friend look like Michael Jackson. Got a dark skinned friend look like Michael Jackson.
Like, they were having sex, and I pushed her. Like, I was like, no, you're doing too much.
Oh, this is when we broke up. This is when we broke up.
She was having sex with him.
Yes.
And you pushed her off and said, hold up, you're doing too much.
That's not what happened.
All right. Ooh, that's so loud in my headphones. Okay, go ahead. So y'all end up in a relationship, and now
that was when we broke up. That was the day we broke up.
Okay, elaborate.
That was the day we broke up because we were having intercourse the night before.
That's the day you and Zoka broke up?
Janae left the relationship. It was when we broke up. Me and Zoka were still kind of together, but we kind of did a single thing, like very short after that. So that's when the single thing saw Cookie House, getting a Cookie's house, the ending of that. So anyway, then me, her, and Janae, and it was fine. Everything was good. But at one point, I remember I was with Janae, and Janae, like Zoka was doing something, and I think Janae like reached to Zoka for something. I don't even think it was anything bad. But Zoka took it in a bad way, and she like pushed her arm away, and then Janae would like, and then they started like pushing each other. Then like Zoka like kicked her. She threw a kick at her, and then Janae like just got up and like charged at her, and I'm just like, what is going on? I mean, I was just mid-stroke. All of a sudden, they're fighting, and then they just stopped. They didn't fight. Like they didn't throw hands, didn't get it up. Things that happened. This bitch. And then it was just like no clear. That was when the ended. And right after that, because of those meetings and stuff, Terry ended up coming to me. She ended up saying, I think that, maybe I thought this was what it was supposed to be, but this is what she told me. I'm feeling called to the lion's den. And she wanted to go upstairs and be with Eligio and all the women and be famous and shine and
They do
things like
now,
that. And she felt
Kiara.
a calling for that. So she,
They
after
do
Zoka fought her,
now.
she said she's gonna go leave and shine with Eligio in the lion's den. And she's needed there.
They do now. They do now. This that new Polly. Polly mean everybody. Polly mean everybody buddy. And Polly on everybody buddy. Yes, ma'am, it does. 3s, 4s, and 5s, depending on how many wives you got, right? Nature Boy done changed Polly around. Everybody in the same bed, dang it. Everybody in the same bed. Say what? Say what? Say what? Uh-huh.
And so that's when Terry left me. So Terry's broke up with me and left me many times for different reasons. And that was
So she
one of the
broke up
first
with
ones.
you, but y'all was on live saying that y'all was accepting each other as, so y'all was lying to the public. That was one of those
No,
things.
you got the time zones mixed up. I just told you that's when we broke up.
No, I'm talking this. No, in the video, y'all say, okay, go ahead.
No, that was a day. In that video, that was a time frame where we broke up. That was a night
No,
we
I
did
know
that
that
live.
it was. I know that y'all broke up, but I'm saying in that live, y'all was joining as she was saying she was accepting her as polygamous, and then
They
later
were trying to remedy it, but after that video, we broke up.
right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm
You
sure
want to
that's
fight?
what she
You
said
want
in
to
the
fight?
video.
We talk about fights. Do you want to fight?
You ain't going in a fight with me, Meek.
Oh, okay.
You couldn't beat me mentally.
Okay.
You see this forehead?
Oh, you say you smarter than me. You say you smarter than me? You smarter
This
than
is
me?
my secret weapon right here.
Oh, interesting. That's funny. Anyway.
No, you actually pretty smart, Nick. And you know what? I like you as a friend because your heart is bigger than anybody's brain I've ever seen.
Oh, thank you. That's the way to clean it up. Thank you. You pretty cool too, Soular, but you got a little animosity today. I don't know if you need to get shooken up a little bit, but I feel a little tense like animosity. But anyway. Ever never mind. Anyway, so after that situation, y'all break up. You continue the situation
Y'all gonna be right
with
in the closet. I'm telling you, y'all going to
Zoka,
the
and then you
closet.
guys become single. So going forward from that, tell us what happens like in your story before I get to the
In my story, I mean, I just focus
as
on
it
making
pertains
music
to
at that
you
point.
being in the group with Natureboy, the whole nine.
Well, where were we going at this time? I think we were at Cookie's house planning our next trip, and we ended up doing Hawaii after this. So it's really what I'm doing day to day is work. I'm working like day to day. Like I'm doing things to where I'm planning the next couple months. I'm doing budgets and things like that. I'm just making music. I'm catching up on the albums and making sure the videos have original music. I'm helping with this and that, managing this and that in the house. So 24/7, I'm busy. I'm always having things to do still. So I occupy myself with that, and I just keep being great. And then I'm the type of guy to where if you leave me, I'm gonna try to boss up. I'm just gonna try to like level up and do better and be better. I'm not gonna try and be worse. I'm gonna try to be better and be like, oh, this is what you missed out on, like type of vibe. And it's not like that's what I'm doing on purpose, but that's the best way for me to transition my anger, to transition my hurt, or anything like any emotions that may not be positive towards myself. Instead of beating myself up, I'd rather just work out. I'd rather just clean myself up, take a shower. I've learned to laugh instead of cry. So that's how I address it. So in the relationships and how I dealt with it moving forward, it's just back and forth with the relationships on and on, striving to hopefully have that again. And I'm only focused on Jayon. I'm not really focused on Interi. Interi comes and goes. When she comes, I'm open to have her. I'm ready to have her. Puerto Rico's even after that. So after even that video, Puerto Rico's after that. I believe. Yep. So it's just been an interesting journey altogether and of self-development. And this is the biggest struggle that I would say me and the men went through a lot, was sifting between being a healthy divine masculine and a pimp. Like pimping became a big thing. And I don't think that this was healthy at all. I'm from California. I understand pimp culture already. And I was always against it, as I had seen my mother getting beaten and abused. You know what I mean? I grew up seeing that. So, and my dad and them, they have many girls and stuff. So I always look down on that. Like I got a mom and a sister, all my cousins are girls. So I'm like, man, y'all can't mistreat women. Why y'all mistreating women, bro? Like my whole family women, like, how you gonna mistreat a woman? So I never liked my dad and my cousins and how they treated women at first. After going to carbonation and experiencing the Lehio, I started thinking, damn, maybe my dad and my cousin had it figured out. Maybe we are supposed to be pimping. Maybe we are supposed to be on some pleasure because they gonna play us. They gonna just go jump around from guy to guy. Like, man, they just gonna break your heart. We can't be no simp. And so a lot of the men struggled between this. And during these relationship breaks and come togethers, we're trying to be better, stronger, higher value men. We're not like, oh no, my girl's gone. We're like, damn, I need to level up more. And that's what we do. And that's how we transitioned it. And I mean, it's like a military mixture with our actual lives. And it just was not a good recipe.
Okay, in the conversation that you had with Gaggett, you guys was talking about that y'all was actually pimping. Ain't that what you? Is that what you said?
I wouldn't say we was actually pimping. I would say that we would get girls, and we'd always get girls. Carbonation guys, we'd have bachelor lives. We'd have lives where it's like, hey, all the guys line up. These are the guys available at Carbonation. They need wives. And when we talk to these women online, a lot of the time they would support us. They would send us money, or they would want to help us with certain services when we need it. Whatever it was, they would help us with things. Women would help us a lot through the guys. And if the guys got like, hey, this girl just sent me like $200, like we add it to the pot, but it's like, good job, Juju. Like, and so it's a thing that they're like, yeah, nah, she fucked with me. Like, I'll be teaching her. So this is an escape. Now Juju gets to spend a couple hours a day on the phone with some girl because he's teaching her, and he got $200. All right, Juju, you all right? When's she coming? Oh no, she gotta fix this house. She might sell her car. This and that. Jack, that is a girl. Man, she said she just got paid. She just sent us $800. She gonna come here. She gonna come next month. She gonna get paid again. She gonna send us another $800, and then she gonna come with her next check. Shit like that. So it wasn't like pimping. No, I wouldn't consider that pimping. What Ali Hill was doing and what we were studying was pimping, and so the mindsets are being built to separate from the actual emotions and the actual sacredness of a relationship and a bond and a connection, and just keep it strictly business. And so it's helping the guys cope with their inaccessibility to women and money, actually both. And when they can attain money or women, which is usually one package, they gain other benefits in the group. They can get more food. They can get nicer snacks. They can request something from the go out team when we go out. Hey man, give me one of them, man. All right, you bought it $200, get you a little something. We'll be back. It's stuff like that. So it's always this is a life. This is every day. These guys are deprived of so many things that this has become one of the ways to get things, because the women that are there, we can't be with them. So when those seasons come around, we're going live. We're getting cleaned up. We're doing the whole barber thing. We're doing the bachelor lives. We're doing like, hey, we need one. Lives. Yeah, we're polygamous. We're teaching panels of women and stuff like that. But the guys, I wouldn't say we were even doing it maliciously then. We were honestly teaching what we thought to be true. We were honestly evolving and growing where we thought we needed to grow. I would say Eligio was one of the only people who was conscious that we were using this as a facade just to pull in women for another agenda. His agenda is what? Breeding his children together. His agenda is different. His agenda ain't nothing that the guys even know about. I know more than what they know about what Eligio really want to do because I'm riding with him every day. We're going to different countries together, nobody else. I'm spending me and Ali, I'm teaching, I'm educating this nigga all damn day. So at the end of the day, you know me, I talk. So he listen. He know how to listen when it's time to listen.
So you
And
got
he
and
asks the right questions.
you and Nature Boy was traveling by yourselves to different countries.
Yeah, like say we're scouting real estate, or he just takes him and his wives, and it'll be me and Zoka, and we'll travel to like another country. We'll trust everybody to be okay wherever they at. We'll go travel different places, just us, because he don't really need nobody else. I got all the money. I can still make sure everything paid back there. I can still make all the moves. I can tell all the guys what to do still from my phone. I'm the ultimate conduit. So just keep me right next to him. I can help him have a luxurious experience wherever we go. And I'm plugging him in. I'm like, all right, don't worry about going to this hotel. Fuck all those hotels.
So
Let me call.
you had money.
I'm gonna call the
or
chocolate
you
man.
had-
The chocolate man is a realtor in Palenque. He gonna get us this spot. His cousin owns the spot. He gets us his beautiful, nice, immaculate spots. That's why you bring me around, because I'm gonna shortcut you through stuff. I'm gonna do things. So
Yeah. So you were like the treasurer. You had control of the pot, or you had your own money.
not solely. Both. I had my own money. I wasn't. After a while, I stopped reporting it. I got a lot of cash apps on my own. I would do readings for people on my own and things like that. People would just send me money anyway. People just fucked with me and would send me money all the time. At first, I would report it and share it, and then I used to get in trouble for it, and then I stopped making money altogether. And then I just kept people keep sending me money, so I would just start not telling nobody about my cash apps. And when we would go out, I got stuff, I would just get it from my money, and so we don't have to account for it when we do all the accounting, because it was me and a couple other guys who do the accounting together. I have the wallets, I have the passwords, the codes, and all. That's me and Loyal, who Amar, R.I.P. Jamar, not Jamar, Amar Jawade, excuse me, put it together. Amar Jawade, R.I.P. him, bro. Because me and him, we ran everything. He's a tech guy, so if I need something moved, he'll do it. All I gotta do is call it. So I'm executive. I am calling shots. That's why you keep me. I'm just it. That's all I do.
Okay.
So I need to do.
So there's a video, and I shared it in the interview that we did. Like, I think we did like a phone conversation, and I input the video into there. So there was a conversation amongst I think Loyal had his own like video where he said that he would try to be like a better wife to Nature Boy than the wives. And then there was a conversation that you had with Nature Boy and with Pice, and you guys were talking about top, bottom, and stuff like that. Do you remember that video?
Was it in Panama?
You guys were talking about, I don't know where you guys were. You guys were talking about like,
well, I don't know.
At that time, Pice was talking about, so careful how you involve me in that, because Pice was talking about, it was messy. Pice was talking about how he was a bisexual male publicly, and he was going on live about that, and we were doing debates and talking to people online how they felt about that type of thing. And Pice was just explaining like what it's like. Another person was Denetric Kite. He was another guy who was openly doing that. So Pice and Kite at the time were coming out and saying, hey, we're gatekeepers, or we're bisexual. We'll have extra wives, but we'll also have extra husbands. They were saying that at the time, so that's why they were debating.
We remember
that. I just happened to be a part of Carbonation.
Okay. So the reason why I asked you this is because, and this ain't my question, this is from the audience. At that time, there was a lot of videos of him saying like they were teaching about like being like bisexual or like things like that. Like, was that a requirement for the men to join into Carbonation?
No, that's a horrible rumor too. No, that was never a thing. But I would say that it was always welcomed, and it was welcomed from in different areas. It was welcomed from the very beginning of Carbonation. I think it's always been welcomed from Eligio. He's always had that door open for. He's always championed for bisexual or homosexual people. He's always like stood up for them as oracles and gatekeepers. And he's always taught them that and taught us that. And so when we think of them, we don't think bad of them. You know, we're just like, oh, you're just a two-spirit being. You have a lot of feminine energy in a masculine body. That's all that is. So we always just looked at it in that way. And so if somebody was to come who was like that, we would welcome them. And we would assume that they'd have their divine relationship like everybody else. Because we all are expecting to have a partner there.
Okay. All right, so let's move ahead. I think the next video is next video. We'll go to Atlanta. Or no, like bring us up to Atlanta before I pull up videos of Atlanta.
So which Atlanta? New Atlanta, old Atlanta. This is Atlanta's a couple times.
Old Atlanta.
Old Atlanta?
The end.
So Cookie's house.
I want you to give us like a transition of what's going on until we get to Atlanta, and then I'll start asking questions about Atlanta.
That's a lot, girl. You don't know what you're asking for. That's why, I guess. But Atlanta is twice. One, I'll do you one like this. I got you like this. Atlanta 1 was Cookie's house, and that was right after that we ended up going to Hawaii. Atlanta 2 was after Puerto Rico, which is after all the deportations from Panama and all that stuff. This is way later on. This is after Hawaii. This is after all that. Atlanta number 2 is at the house we get for Eligio in Puerto Rico, which is the house he was arrested at. And that was the last house that we were at in Atlanta. That's the second time we were in Atlanta. And the second between those time frames, it's just a lot of traveling, a lot of carbonation, BS, a lot of drama in between. There's so many things that I could probably talk about from in between there. That's too much. So those 2 points, the second time, from the first time in Atlanta, we're living with Mama Cookie. Velvet's there. She's going back and forth. They have a domestic violence case started there because he's beating on her. He done like broke the toilet with her head and stuff like that. And she got the police there, the CPS is there and whatnot. And that's a whole nother scenario. And that was Cookie House 1. And that was also where the baby Love was conceived. That's also where that pregnancy journey started. Atlanta number 2 is after all kind of effery. And we get to that house where Amar and they had plotted it out, bought it Airbnb. It was like they set it up to be an Airbnb, but we never Airbnb'd it. We just made it really, really nice. Eligio ended up just living in it. And we got him a rental car, got him an Infinity, all kind of stuff we couldn't afford. And so we have all this stuff. And we're thinking now the group is more already indoctrinated from different things. A lot of the group is in Puerto Rico, and then a lot of us end up in Atlanta, and then a lot of us go to Philadelphia. So a large group, the whole group is in Philly, while only a couple people are in Atlanta with him. So it's been like that. Atlanta was a place where he'd be alone with the girls a lot, with his wives, and we would be in different places. I would even go to Vegas sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So it was very interesting at this time. New Atlanta, this was when we were transitioning more to drama and entertainment rather than knowledge. So we're getting out of the jungles. We're no longer doing that. Now we're just on Bigo, entertaining people, doing gimmicks, dress ups, dance parties, things like that, smoking and drinking. That's when all that started. It was New Atlanta. So that was also the fall of everything. Let that be a spiritual message. Yeah.
Okay, and then take us to Old Atlanta.
Old Atlanta was Mama Cookie's house. Tori was there. A lot of people were there at that time. People were back and forth at that time. Eliana was brand new to the world.
I mean, like, towards the end. My bad.
That's New Atlanta. So
New
yeah.
Atlanta, my bad.
The New Atlanta. So yeah, New Atlanta, that's when we on Bigo. That's when we're like doing all the different streaming applications, Sonetta Lives, they're doing the Zooms, they're doing porn. He's doing porn now. He's doing like these pornographic streams and stuff.
Watch the word.
I'm sorry. We're talking about it.
Adult films.
He was doing things that we don't know about. And it was just just transitioned. And at this point I was already arguing with him every day. Like in New Atlanta, I was already arguing with him every day. Already. because in Philly, I was standing up for myself. Like, bro, you're not gonna tell me I'm not like important. Like, you keep saying that you're God, and we're just parts of your imagination and servants to you. That's not the case. I'm the main character in the game. You can be the king, but I'm always gonna be like the main character. I'm never gonna not feel that way. Like, you tripping if you want me to let that piece of me go. Like, that's not even with the knowledge. So your knowledge isn't even enough for me to do that. And so I'm arguing this shit every time I can for like a year, 2 years. And sometimes it just is what it is, right? So I never I'm there for the truth, and I always stood for that. And at the end of the day, New Atlanta was just all bad. It was tumultuous. He's playing with demons from the lesser Solomon key. He's doing things he shouldn't be doing, playing with spirits. He's playing with like every god from every religion. He's like taunting them, making use of them, abusing their natures, and just like acting like he's them in different ways. And it's just not a good look. I mean, whether you believe in that stuff or not, it's just like spiritually, for spiritual people, that's, if you don't know, if you're not a spiritual person, that's not a good look to sit there and mock anybody's deity, if you will. And if you're not a spiritual person, we'll just put it like this: he started to embody all these different characters that started to give him the aspect of hysteria.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so that's what her being himself, but everyday character, creating this, trying to create a dream world for people. He literally was trying to do this, like create this dream world, like, and keep women in an illusion. Playing Willy Wonka music and doing all these programming things and trying to use all these cues, and he's literally every single day trying to make it like a fantasy to capture your mind for women. And this is what New Atlanta was about. And so the guys really played the back role on New Atlanta. We're just a machine at this point, for real. We're not doing our music. We're not focusing on us. We're just doing him, focusing on him. And that's when everything was going really bad. That's when everybody started using each other behind the scenes, started slapping, him telling people to slap each other. It was always him telling people to slap each other. No one's going around slapping each other because you want to. It's only when he tells people to slap another person. No one gets mad at the person because they're like, hey, he told you. They're like, it's cool, chief's orders. Oh, okay, let me get it together.
Yeah.
Then that started becoming regular. They didn't do it to me a lot. They really never did it to me. Eligio did it to me one time. When he did it to me, he said, hey, I'm gonna do the slap. He let me know. And we were on live, and I'm like, all right, cool, do it. I was cool with it because we're programming their subconscious mind.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't care. So the internet went crazy about it, but I was trying to tell my guys, it's not that serious. We're acting. So I always said, like, yo, we were acting because we were. It wasn't a good move. It wasn't a good look. No, it was a bad show. But we were acting indeed when certain things would happen. What got bad was when the camera was off, and this was still happening to everybody else. And people are still getting slapped up off camera. When women are getting their heads stomped on. When women are getting kicked in the stomach, like different things like that from Eligio.
I'm gonna pause you right there, and I'm gonna since you bring up, all of those things, so I'm gonna play a video from that time, and then
That's New Atlanta. I was just telling you about New Atlanta.
Okay, let me where is that?
That was crazy.
Hold on. All right, so this video,
I was rebelling like a mug in New Atlanta.
Okay.
Okay, guys. There will be a part 2. A part 2 tonight. Yes. And I got to get another. I'm trying to get all of their exit interviews in. This is a long video. But y'all know we'll be back tonight. One thing, the videos don't lie. Tell it. I thank all you guys for being here. Thank you, Boss Jackie. Here we go. So here we go. This part 1. We're going to see part 2 coming up.
I
see y'all in a little bit. But I want y'all to be so happy. So happy, so happy, so happy. Hey, hey, hey. I'll be back, Houston. I'll be back, CC. Peace, all right, right.